could you tell us for the benefit of the people who don't know who you are and what you do?
Okay, sure. Hi, my name is John Loughton. I am a social entrepreneur and youth leader from Scotland in the United Kingdom.
Wow, great. What are you doing here, and what brings you to Saudi Arabia and the MISK Global Forum?
So I've been really passionate to come to Saudi Arabia, to come to the MISK Global Forum, not because of what it is, but because of what it can do. And as I've committed my life to trying to help other people change their lives from the age of 11. I grew up in Scotland, United Kingdom, in a very poor part of town. I know you may think of the UK as a wealthy, prosperous country with castles, queens, and barrels of whiskey. But for many thousands of children in my community, that is not a reality. The reality is one of drug abuse, parental disattachment, family breakdown, police violence, unemployment, and lack of education. And it's these kids who often have the most to give are given the least. So I was passionate to advocate for young people like my own journey who grew up with a very bad start, to say that your zip code or your postcode does not have to be your destiny. Your father doesn't have to be your fate. Absolutely. Your struggles doesn't have to become your highest achievement. And that through a smart head, a brave heart, you can go on to make anything happen. And it's that core belief that no matter how dark your life has been, you should be audacious enough to believe that tomorrow can be bright. And whether you want to discuss the prospects of AI or VR, whether you want to discuss tackling corruption and governance and governments, whether you want to discuss climate change, look at international peacekeeping efforts, where you want, whatever your agenda, hope is at the heart of it. And this summit is really, for me, been about saying that young people are no longer going to be the silent victims of war. We're no longer going to be the people who are promised a false economy of work, learn, study, and there's no job at the end of it anymore. We're going to be no longer the leaders of tomorrow. Probably everyone gets told this, you're the leader of tomorrow, you're the business people of tomorrow. We're saying now, no, we are the leaders of today. We're not going to wait for destiny to arrive tomorrow. We're not adults to be. We're not citizens in training. You're an equal, valid, powerful person today. Whether you're a young girl in urban India or whether you're the strongest man in the heart of New York, I say that we have to take empowerment because it can never be given.
Wow. Very powerful words, and definitely a new message in terms of hope and inspiration for the young people out there. How do you bridge the gap between opportunity and potential?
I'm not going to give advice because, do you know what? You'll find your own advice. Advice is just information from someone else. It's often manipulated because you have someone with an organic desire to be better and they've not found their path yet. If I tell you, you don't learn. If I let you find, you will grow. So I'm not going to give out direct advice. All I'm going to say is I learned the power of failure. I'm a very successful failure, in a way. And that sounds like a cliche. People say, oh, welcome to this conference. Get up early. Spend 10 minutes doing yoga. Believe you can achieve. Connect with your sense of purpose. Be willing to fail. That's boring. Like everyone says that now. It's cliche. I'm sorry. I'm going to say, take what you do seriously, but do not take yourself seriously.
Wow.
There's a cliche that says you've got to be better than the person next to you. This is a consumeristic, competitive, capitalist society. I say no. My life has always been about how do I make the person next to me better, not just be better than the person next to me. And there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of pointing the finger. How many people lend a hand? Because every time you point a finger, there's 3 fingers pointing straight back at you. So there's something for me about learning to not sacrifice the good for the perfect. Everything I've run, whether it's setting up businesses, working with the Queen, helping young people change their lives, running NGOs, running for Parliament, training people in the White House, addressing the UN General Assembly in New York, whether it's working on volunteer programs in Malawi and Africa, whether it's training Indigenous communities in Australia, the amazing work I've been lucky to do. I've offered a piece of my heart, not just come up arrogantly and think this is what I know. And it's an ability, leadership is giving a bit more of yourself. Be willing to be vulnerable. Be willing to be honest. You don't have to have some bravado with a beautiful suit earning the most money. And I think that way runs out really quickly. And authenticity is the greatest ingredient missing from the recipe of leadership today. We don't trust our banking communities because of scandals. We don't trust our media institutions because of fake news or phone tapping. We don't trust our politicians. We feel that they have a secret personal agenda. We are lacking credibility. We're lacking authenticity. Sometimes we fall into the trap of trying to be junior versions of everything we want to change. So we need to realize, let's not just be good at playing a game we disagree with. How do we redefine the paradigms? And I'd say that in closing, get out there and try. A lot of people here are analysts, they're data people, they're researchers. There's no point in having any of that if there's no action. You just become an academic or a pontificator or a commentator or a theorist. Right. The world is changed by people who are willing to get there and do it and give it a try. Sure, you may fail. People may laugh at you. People will point at you. I had that all my life. People mocked me until I made it. And now the people who bullied me, who beat me up, who mocked my family, are getting in touch on Facebook and Instagram and saying, oh, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. We should catch a coffee. And I go, listen, no. I say thank you to those people who mocked me and made me angry and made me an excluded young person, because it was from my anger and my exclusion that gave me the fuel and the petrol to go out there to make society better. And I will never apologize for the strong and passionate opinions I hold.